Welcome to the Delbridge Family Center for the Arts. At this time, please silence all electronic devices and refrain from texting during the performance. There is no eating or drinking in the theater, and for the safety of the performers and respect of your fellow audience members, please no photography or video recording of any kind. In case of an emergency, please note the exits from the building. Thank you, and enjoy the performance.
Yet unknowing world, how these things came about. So, shall you hear of carnal, bloody, unnatural acts, of accidental judgments, casual slaughters, of deaths put on by cunning and forced cause, and in this upshot, purposes mistook, fallen on the adventure's head. All this can I truly believe.
Who's there? Hey! Answer me! Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king!
Bernardo?
He?
You come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now stroke 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not now, sir.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste. Hello, Bernardo. Say, is Horatio there? A piece of her.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, Marcellus.
What has this thing appeared yet tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy and will not let belief take hold of her. Touching this dreaded sight seen twice by us. Therefore I have entreated her along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition come, they may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Sit down a while and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story. Will be 2 nights of scene.
He's break the off, the word comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead!
Thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio!
It would be small.
Gentlemen, Horatio, what art thou that usurped this time of night? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
See its so sway.
Stay! Speak! Speak, I charge thee, speak!
How now, Horatio? Is it something more than a fantasy? What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not disbelieve without the sensible and sure avouch in mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art thyself.
Thus twice before, and just at this good hour, with martial stock hath he gone by our watch.
What particular thought to work? I know not. But in the gross scope of my opinion is both some strange eruption to our state. And soft behold the where it comes again. I'll cross it with blasphemy. Stay! Illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done that may speed to ease or grace to me, speak to me! Oh, speak!
He was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started with the guilty thing upon
your brother's death, the memory be green, and that it is us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him. Together with remembrance of ourselves, therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress of this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along. For all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You have told us of some suit. What wouldst thou have?
Your leave and favor to return to France, from whence, though willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation, yet now I must confess that, duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again towards France.
Have you your mother's leave? What says Polonia?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave. I do beseech you give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes, time be thine, and at thy best graces, spend it at thy will. But now, my cousin Hamlet, and my daughter.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy knightly color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Ay, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspirations of forced breath, together with all forms, moods, shows of grief, that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for their actions that a man might blame. But I have that within which passeth show, these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father. That father lost his, and the survivor bound in filial obligation, for some term to do obsequious sorrow, but to persever in obstinate condolement. It is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unseeming grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, for what we know must be. Pray, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note. You are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart towards you.
not think on. Frailty, thy name is woman. A little monk. Or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body like Niobe, all tears. Was she, even she, God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Married with mine uncle, my father's brother. And no more, like my father, than I to Hercules. Within a month. Ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had let the flushing of her galled eye, she married. Holmes, wicked speed, to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. But break, my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship!
I am glad to see thee well.
Horatio, do I forget myself in your grace and your poor servant ever?
And what make you from one door, Horatio?
Your grace, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray thee do not mock me, fellow student. Think it was to see my mother's wedding?
Indeed, your grace, and full of her upon.
Thrift. Thrift, Horatio, the funeral baked meats and coldly furnished forth the marriage tables. Would I had met my dearest foe in heaven. Ere I'd ever seen that day, Horatio. Father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, your grace?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
Your grace, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
Your grace, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Season your apparition for a while with an intent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together, had these gentlemen in the dead waste in the middle of the night, then thus encountered a figure like your father, appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. Thrice he walked by their oppressed and fierce surprise and eyes, and I with them the 3rd night kept the watch. Whereas they had delivered both in time, for with name, each word made true and good. The apparition comes. I knew your father, these hands are not more light.
But where was it?
Your grace, upon the platform where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
Your grace, I did, but answer made it none.
It's very strange.
As I do live your honor, grace, 'tis true. And we did think it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
I'll watch tonight. Perchance we'll walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person. I'll speak to him. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence still. Upon the platform twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your love, as mine to you, farewell. All is not well. Would that the night were come. Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth o'erwhelm them to men's eyes.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit, convoys assisted, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and the trifling of her favors, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of primy nature, froward not permanent, sweet not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute. No more.
No more, but so?
Think it no more. Perhaps she loves you now, but you must fear. Her greatness weighed, her will is not her own, for she herself is subject to her birth.
not, as unvalued persons do, carve for herself. For on her choice depends the sanctity and health of the whole state, whereof she is the head. Then if she says she loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe it, as she in her peculiar act and force may give her saying deed, which is no further than the main voice of Denmark goes with all. And wayward loss your honor may sustain if with too credent ear you list her songs, or lose your heart. Fear it, Ophelia.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchmen to my heart. But good Laertes, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst, like a puffed and reckless libertine themselves, the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not their own greed.
Oh, fear me not.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame, the wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for there. My blessing with you. And these few precepts in thy memory, see thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought their act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. The friends thou hast in their adoption tribe, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but not dull thy palm with entertainment for each unhatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but lean and bear that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thine ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and a friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and this must follow as the night and day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell.
My blessing seasons this indeed. Most humbly do I take my leave, my lady.
Time invites you. Go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
What is, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lady Hamlet.
Marry. Well bethought. 'Tis told me she hath very oft of late given private time to you, and to yourself have been most free and bounteous. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
She hath, mother, of late, made many tenders of her affection to me.
Affection? Pah! You speak like a green girl. Do you believe her tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lady, what I should think.
Marry, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you obtain her tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tend it yourself more dearly.
But, madam, she hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
High fashion, you may call it. Go to, go to.
And hath given countenance to her speech, my lady, with all the vows of heaven.
I springes to catch woodcocks. I do know, and the blood burns how prodigal the soul gives the tongue of vows. These blazes, daughter, you must not take for fire. But for her grace, believe so much in her that she is young, and with larger tether may she walk than may be given to you. If you, Ophelia, do not believe her vows, this is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you slender any moment's leisure as to give word or talk with Lady Hamlet. Look to it. I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, mother.
Air bites through me. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour?
Maybe it lacks 12.
No, it is struck. Look, my lady, it comes. Angels and ministers of grace defend it. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King. Father. Royal Dane, O
Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come where I to sulphurs and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day, confined to fast in fires till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, Hamlet, oh list, if thou didst ever my dear father love, revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Murder most foul, as in the best is. But this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
I find the act. No, Hamlet, here. It's given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death, rightly abused. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life, now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, mine uncle!
I, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his race hath traitorous gifts. Oh, wicked wits and gifts that have the power so to seduce. One to the shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be, sleeping in mine orchard, my custom always in the afternoon. Upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole with juice and cursed heaven on in a vial, and in the porches of mine ears it did pour the leprous distillment, whose effects hold such an enmity with blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body. Thus was I, sleeping, my brother's hand of light, of crown and queen at once dispatched. No reckoning thing was sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible! Oh, horrible, most horrible! Thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and den and insect. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother-law. Leave her dead. The thorns in her bosom lodged, pretty skin. Fare thee well, at once, as you have. Remember me.
I, thou poor ghost. I'll never behold a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee? The most pernicious woman. Oh, villain. Villain. Smiling, damn it, villain! That one may smile and be a villain. So, uncle, here you are. Now, to my word, it is adieu, adieu. Remember, I have sworn it.
Hamlet! Hamlet! How is my noble grace? What news, my lady?
It is an honest ghost, that let me tell you. As you are friends, scholars and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is, my lady? We will.
Never make known what you have seen here tonight.
Your grace, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
Faith, my lady, not
Nor
I.
I, your grace, in faith.
Upon my sword.
We have sworn your grace already.
Indeed, upon my sword, indeed. Come hither, and lay your hands again upon my sword, never to speak of this that you have heard. Swear by my soul.
Day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy. But come, here as before, never so help you mercy.
How strange or odd soe'er I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think me to put an antic disposition on, that you, at such time seeing me, never note that you know aught of me. It's not to do. So grace and mercy at your most need help me. Rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentle friends, let us go in together. And still your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Cursed spite, whether I was born to set it right. Long stayed she so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice her head thus waving up and down, she raised a sigh so piteous and profound that it did seem to shatter all her bulk and end her being. That done, she lets me go, and with her head o'er her shoulders turned, she seemed to find a way without her eyes, for at a door she went without their help. And to the last, bended their light on me. Come, go with me, I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love whose violent property foredoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings. What, have you given her any hard words of late? No, my good lady. But as you did command, I did repel her letters and denied her access to me. That hath made her mad. I am sorry. And with better speed and judgment I had not quoted her. I fear she did but trifle and meant to rack thee. Go we to the king, this must be known. Being kept close might move more grief to hide than hate to utter love.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you. The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something you have heard of Hamlet's transformation. What it should be more than her father's death that thus hath put her so much from the understanding of herself, I cannot dream of. Therefore I entreat you both, that being of so young days brought up with her, and since so neighbor to her youth and humor, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time, and by your companies draw her on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasions you may glean, the opened lies within our remedy.
Good noble friends, she hath much talked of you, and sure I am, two friends there are not living, to whom she more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might by the sovereign power you have of us put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, to lay our services freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed daughter.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to her.
I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and my most gracious king,
And I do think I have found the very cause to Hamlet's lunacy.
She tells me, my sweet queen, that she hath found the head and source of young Hamlet's distemper.
I doubt it is no other but the maid, her father's death and our o'er hasty marriage.
My liege, madam, to expostulate. What majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, time.
Why, nothing but to waste but night, day, time. Therefore,
Since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs of outward flourishes, I will be brief.
your noble child is mad.
Mad call I it. For, to define true madness, what is to be nothing else but mad? Let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I use no art at all. That she is mad. 'Tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity. Pity, it is true. It now remains that we must find the cause of this effect, or rather say defect, for the effect effective comes by cause, and thus it remains, and the remainder thus. Perpend, I have a daughter, whilst she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark have given me this. Now gather and surmise. Doubt thou stars are fire, doubt that sun doth moon, doubt truth be a liar, but never doubt I love. Adieu, thine evermore most dear lady, cause this machine is to her Hamlet.
But how hath she received her love?
What do you think of me?
As of a person, faithful and honorable.
And I would fain to prove so. But what might you think when I had seen this hot love on the wing? I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Hamlet is a princess, out of thy star. This must not be. And my few precepts gave her that she should lock herself from her resort, admit no messages, receive no tokens. And given, she took the fruits of my advice. Hamlet repulsed it, a short tale to make fell. Into a sadness, thence to a fast, thence to a loss, thence to a weakness. And by this declension into a madness, whereon now she raves, and we all must mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be very likely.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes she walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So she does indeed.
At such time, I'll loose my dart to her. Be you and I behind the arras then to mark the encounter. If she love her not, and be not the reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant to the state, but keep a farm and carders.
We will try it.
But look, where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
Away! I do beseech you both, away! How does my good lady Hamlet? Well, God a mercy! You know me, my lady. Excellent, well.
You're a fishmonger.
Not I, my lady.
That I wish you were so honest a woman.
Honest, my lady.
I, to be honest, as this world goes, is to be one woman picked out of 2,000.
That's very true, my lady.
For if the sun breeds maggots and a dead dog being good kissing Karen, have you a daughter?
I have your grace.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing. But as your daughter may conceive, friend will do it.
Still harping on my daughter. Yet she know me not at first. She said I was a fishmonger. I'll speak to her again. What do you read, my lady?
Words. Words? Words!
What is the matter, my lady?
Between you.
I mean the matter you read, my lady?
Slanders, madam. For the satirical slave says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber or plum tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit. it not honesty to have it thus set down? For you yourself, madam, could be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward. Though this be madness,
Yes, there is method in it.
Will you walk out of the air, your grace?
into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes her replies are. Most gracious lady, do I most humbly take my leave of you?
You cannot, madam, take from me anything that I will more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lady.
These tedious old fools.
God save you, mine honored lady.
Most dear lady. My excellent good friends. How dost thou go and stir? Oh, Rosencrantz, how do you go?
As the indifferent children of the world.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On Fortune's cap we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoe?
Neither, my lady.
Oh, then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favor?
Fake her private suite.
In the secret parts of Fortune, oh, most true, she is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lady, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of Fortune that she sends you to prison hither? Prison, my lady? Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lady.
Why then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Shall the court
We'll wait upon you.
no such matter?
What make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, your grace. No other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come deal thusly with me. Come, come, nay, speak.
What should we say, your grace?
By anything. But to the purpose you were sent for. There is a kind confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, your grace?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship. Be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Your grace, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. I have of late, wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, foregone all custom of exercise. And indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhang, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other living thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
Your grace, there was no such step in my thought.
Why did you laugh when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lady, if you delight not in man, this Lenten entertainment shall the players receive from you. We coached them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. Friends, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands, come. You are welcome. Though my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived in what, my dear lady? I am but mad north. North my Guildenstern, and you too. That great baby you see there is not yet out of her swathing clothes. I will prophesy she comes to tell me of the players.
My lady, I have news to tell you.
My lady, I have news to tell you.
The actors come hither, my lady.
Buzz, buzz!
The best actors in the world, either for tragical,
Historical.
comical, pastoral, pastoral comical, pastoral historical, tragical comical, tragical historical, pastoral comical, CD indefinable, or poem unlimited.
Look where my abridgments come. You're welcome, master, and welcome all. I am glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends. Love speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
Do what speech, my queen?
I heard thee speak me speech once. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, where he speaks of prime slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin this line. The rugged Pyrrhus, the hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam seeks.
Anon he finds him, striking too short at breeze.
His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command, unequal match. Pyrrhus at Priam's rise, enraged, strikes wide. But with the whip and the wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel his blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner a Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick. So as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter did nothing.
This is too long.
Say on.
Come down, the heck you want.
But who, oh, who had seen the ennobled queen?
You know, good queen.
That's good. The ennobled queen is good.
Run up and down, threatening the flame with fist and rune, a clout about that head. Late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her leg and all o'er-teamed loins, a blanket in the alarm of fear, caught up. Who this had seen with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune's state and treason had pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, and mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, lest things mortal move them not at all, would have made milk the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Pray you no more.
'Tis well. I'll have thee speak out the rest. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed, for they are the brief abstracts and the chronicles of the time.
Come.
Dost hear me, my friend? You play the murder of Gonzago?
I am yours.
We'll have to go on that.
Aye, my lady.
My friends, you are welcome to Elsinore. I'll leave you till then. Now I'm alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force her soul so to tears in her eyes, a broken voice and her whole function suiting with forms to her conceit? And all for nothing? For Hecuba? What's Hecuba to her, or she to Hecuba, that she should weep for her? What would she do had she the motive and the cue for passion that I have? She would drown the stage with tears, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculty of eyes and ears, yet I can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and whose dear life a damned defeat was made. Oh, vengeance! Fire upon the foe, heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that they have presently proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before my uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tend he to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil. And the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is so potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. A place that be, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
And can you, by no drift of circumstance, get from her why she puts on this confusion?
She does confess she feels herself distracted. But from what cause she will by no means speak.
Nor do we find her forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof, when we would bring her on to some confession of her true state.
Did you assay her to any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players were overwrought on the way. Of this we told her, and there did seem of her a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the court, and as I think they have already ordered this night to play before her.
'Tis most true, and she beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear her so inclined. Good gentle friends, give her a further edge, and drive her purpose on to these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us two, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that she, as 'twere by accident, may there affront Ophelia. Her mother and myself will so bestow ourselves, that seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, and gather by her as she is behaved, whether it be the affliction of her love, or no, that thus she suffers for.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring her to her wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may. Ophelia, sit you here. Read on this book. I hear her coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. Die. To sleep no more. And by a sleep, to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die to sleep. To sleep. Perchance to dream. And there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. Who would bear the whips and conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment, with disregard their currents turn awry, and lose their name of action. Sophia, the fair Ophelia, nymph and I arising, be all my sins remember good.
My lady, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well. Well, well.
Your grace, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed and longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No. No, I never gave you aught.
My honored lady, I know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich than perfume left. Take these again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, your grace.
Are you honest?
Your grace?
Are you fair?
What means, your ladyship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lady, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lady, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery! Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? And I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I prayed proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go highways to a nunnery. Where is your mother?
At home, your grace.
Let the doors be shut upon her, so that she may play the fool nowhere but in her own house. Farewell.
Oh, help her, you sweet!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Go, farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore her!
I have seen of your crimes well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig and amble and lisp and nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Don't you? I'll number on it hath made me mad. I say blood, no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live, the rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy in rows of the fair state. The glass of fashion and the mold of form. The observed of all observers, quite down. And I, of lovers most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of her music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells
do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which, to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. She shall with speed to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. Haply the seas and countries, different with some variable objects, shall expel this something settled matter in her heart.
It shall do well. But yet I do believe the origin and commencement of this grief sprung from neglected love. My lord, do as you please, but if you see it fit for after the play, let her queen mother all alone entreat her to show her griefs. Let her be round with her, and I'll be placed, please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find her not, to England send her, or confine her where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness, in great ones, must not unwatch it go.
the word to the action, with the special observance that you o'erstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end both at the first and now was and is to hold us toward the mirror up to nature. Go, make you ready. What hour is you?
Dear sweet my lady, at your service.
Oh, give me that woman that is not passion's slave, and I will hold her in my heart's core. I, in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. Something too much of this. There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes the near circumstance which I have told him of my father's death. Observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt do not unkennel itself in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen.
Well, my lady.
They are coming to the play. I must be idle. Get you a place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent in faith of the chameleon's dish. I eat there, promise crammed.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
Nor mine now, my lord. Be the players, Jenny.
I curse this day upon your patience.
Come hither, my good Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, good mother. There's metal more attractive.
Ho, ho, do you mark that?
Ophelia, shall I lie in your lap? No, your grace. I mean my head upon your lap. I, your grace. Do you think I'm in country matters? I think nothing, your grace. There's a fair thought to lie between a maid's legs. What is, your grace? Nothing.
You are married, your grace.
Who, I?
I, your grace.
For what should one do but be married? For look you how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, your grace.
So long. Oh heavens, died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet. Then there's hope. A great man's memory may outlive his life. Half a year? Tis a knavish piece of work. But what of that? Your Majesty, to us murderer, come the croaky graven doth bellow for revenge.
Thoughts lack, hands act. Drugs fit, time agreeing. Confederate season, and no other creature seen. Thou mixed your rank of midnight weeds collected. On Hecate's band, thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property. Unwholesome life, usurp immediately.
He poisoned him in the garden for his estate. You shall see anon how the murder gets the love of Gonzago's wife. The king rises. How fares my lord? Give over the play.
Give me some light! Away!
Get the benches up, please. My lord, Australia. Wait. Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 pounds. Didst proceed upon the top of the poisoning.
I did very well, don't I?
Good, my lady, vouchsafe me a word with you. Ma'am, a whole history. King, my lady. I welcome. Is in his retirement marvelous his temper. The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit hath sent me to you. You are welcome. Nay, good, my lady, this courtesy is not of the right breed, if it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer. No, I cannot. What, your grace? Make you a wholesome answer? My wit's diseased. But to the matter, my mother, you say.
Your behavior hath struck her into amazement.
Oh, wonderful child that can so astonish a mother!
She desires to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey, were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
Good, your grace, what is the cause of your distemper? You do freely bar George your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friend.
Then I lack advancement.
How can that be? You're the voice for the king, himself for your succession in Denmark.
Will you play upon this file?
Your grace, I cannot.
I pray you, I know no touch of it, your grace. 'Tis as easy as lying. Look you, these are the stops, but these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill. Why, look you now. How unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass. Why do you think that I am easier to be played upon than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will. Though you can fret me, you cannot play upon me. God bless you both. Now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion into this world. Now, could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on? Soft now, to my mother, I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue can soul in this be hypocrites. How in my words somever she be sent, to give them seals, never my soul consent. Ourselves provide.
Arm you! I pray you to the speedy voyage.
mother's closet, behind the aerosol conveying myself to hear the process. Fare you well, my liege. I'll call upon you ere you go to bed, and I'll tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear lady. My offense is rank. Smells to heaven. Hath the primal eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. Pray can I not? Though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause, where I shall first begin and both neglect. What if this curse in hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? What form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be! For I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, and my queen. Can one be pardoned and still retain the effects? No wretched state, no bosom black as death, no live soul that's struggling to be free or more engaged. Help, angels! Make a say! Bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel. Be soft as the sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat? Now he is praying, and now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven. A villain kills my father. And for that I, his sole child, do the same villain send to heaven. He took my father grossly, with all his crimes brought blown, as fresh as May, and half his audit stands. No, save heaven. But in our circumstance and the course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And am I then revenged to take him when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Up, sword. And know thou a more horrid hand when he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasures of his bed. At gaming, swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it. Then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul be as black and damned as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
She will come straight,
You are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come and sit you down. You shall not budge, you go not, till I set you up a glass, where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! 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 Help!
Oh, now, all right. Dead for a ducat, dead!
Oh, me! What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
What a rash and bloody deed is this?
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king!
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Sit you down and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be an impenetrable stone.
What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue and noise so rude against me?
Look here, upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on his brow. A combination and a form indeed where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you, on this fair mountain, leave to feed and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? Oh, shame! Where is thy blood?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grated spots as will not leave their teeth.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty
Thou
stars.
speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet
A
Hamlet.
murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your president
No
lord,
more.
a king of shreds and patches. Save me and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly Lord. Or would your gracious figure
Alas, she's mad.
do not come your late daughter to chide. Thou lapsed in time and passion. Let's go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say, do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother's sense. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet. How is it with you, Amy?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse. Whereon do you look?
On him. On him. Do not look upon me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effect.
To whom do you speak?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all there is I see.
Nor did you nothing hear.
Nothing but ourselves.
But look you there, look how it steals away. My father, in his heaven as he lived. Look where he goes, even now, out at the portal.
This is the very core of your brain. This body, this creation, ecstasy is very cunning.
Ecstasy! It is not madness that I've uttered, mother. Lay not a flattering unction to your soul that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come, and do not spread compost on the weeds to make them rancor.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Good night, but go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue. If you have it not, refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. For this same lady, I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this and this with me. No, I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worse remains behind.
What shall I do?
Let not the blown king tempt you again to bed. Pinch which wanton on your cheek call you his mouse, and let him for a pair of reachy kisses make you to reveal this matter out. That I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft.
If words be made of breath and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
I must to England. You know that.
Alack, I had forgot to so conclude it all.
There's letters sealed, and my 2 schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will out of Spain, bear the mandate. This shall set me packing, and I'll lug the guts into the nape room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, ma'am, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Where is your daughter?
Ah, good my lord, what have I seen tonight?
What, Gertrude? How was Hamlet?
Mad as the seas and the wind would both contend, which is the mightier in her lawless fit. Behind the arras, hearing something stir, she whips her rapier out and cries, a rat, and in her brainish apprehension kills the unseen good old deer.
Oh, heavy deed. It had been so with us had we been there. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us. Where is she gone?
To draw apart the body she had killed.
The sun, no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship her hence. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Safely stowed. Oh, here they come.
What have you done, your grace, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust whereto 'tis king.
Tell us where it is, that we may take it thence and bear it to a chapel.
We demanded of a sponge.
Take you me for a sponge, your grace?
Aye, that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. He keeps them like an ape in the corner of his jaw. First mouth to be last swallowed. When he needs, when you have weaned, it is but squeezing. And sponge you shall be dry again.
My lady, you must tell us where the dead body is.
The body is with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing, your grace?
Oh, nothing.
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonia?
At supper,
At supper. Where?
not where she eats, but where she is eaten. A certain convocation of worms are eaten at her. Your worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat all creatures else to fat us, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar is but variable service. 2 dishes but to 1 table, that's the end.
Alas, alas.
A man may fish with the worm that hath eaten of a king, and eat of that fish that hath fed of that worm.
What dost thou mean by this?
Nothing but to show you how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonia?
In heaven, sent thither to seek. If your messenger fetch her not there, seek her in the other place to escape. But indeed, if you find her not this month, you shall lose her as you go down the hall into the lobby.
Go seek her then.
Oh, she will stay till ye come.
Hamlet, this deed of thine, for thine especial safety, which we do tender, as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore prepare yourself for England.
For England.
Aye, Hamlet. So it is, if thou knewest our purposes.
I see a chair of that Caesar. But come for England. Farewell, dear mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. And so, my mother. Come for England.
and England. If my love thou hold'st at aught, our sovereign process does import at full, by letters congruing to that effect, the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood she rages, and thou must cure me. Till I know 'tis done. However, my haps, my joys were never begun.
How should I your true love know? From another one, by his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoon.
Alas, sweet Ophelia, what imports the song?
Say you? Nay, pray you mark. She is dead and gone, lady. She is dead and gone. At her head a crestry turf, at her heels a stone.
Alas, look here, my lord.
How do thee, pretty lady? Conceit upon her mother.
Pray you, let's have not words of this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning betide, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up she rose and donned her clothes and opened the chamber door. Let's in the maid. That out to maid, never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia. How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep. To think they should lay her on the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Go, my coach! Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet lady. Good night. Good night.
When sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions. First her mother slain, next your child gone, and she, most violent author of her own just remove. The people bloodied, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers for good Polonia's death. Save yourself, my lord! The young Laertes in a riotous head o'erbears your officers. The rabble call him lord, and as if the world were now but to begin, antiquity forgot, custom not known, they cry, choose we, Laertes shall be crowned.
Where is the king? No! Stand you all without. Oh, thou vile king, give me my mother! Holly the Laertes.
What is the cause that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go. Do not fear our person.
Where is my mother?
Dead, but not by him. Let him demand his fill.
How came she dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation, I'll be revenged, most thoroughly for my mother.
Good Laertes, that I am guiltless of your mother's death, and am most sensible and grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pierce, as day does to your eye.
Oh, now? What noise is that? Oh, he dried my braids. Tear 7 times salt. Burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye, O rose of May. Dear soul, sweet Ophelia.
my life.
It well appears. But tell me, why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and so capital in nature?
The queen, her mother, lives almost by her looks, and for myself, I could not but buy her. The other motive is that great love the general gender bear her, that dipping all her faults in their affections, convert her gyves to graces, so that my arrows, too slightly timbered for so loud a wind, would have reverted to my bow again, and not where I aimed them.
And so have I a noble mother lost, a sister driven to desperate turns, whose worth, if praises may go back against a challenger, amount of all these age for their perfections. But my revenge will come.
We loved your mother, as we love ourselves, and that, I hope, will teach you to imagine. How now? What news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. This to your majesty, this the queen.
High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon thereunto, recount the occasions of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet.
It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live to tell her to her teeth. Thus diest thou!
If it be so, Laertes, will you be ruled by me?
If so, you'll not overrule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. A worker to an exploit, now ripe in my device, under the which she shall not choose but fall. And for her death, no wind of blame shall breathe, but even her mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident. Some 2 months hence, here was a gentleman of Normandy, who gave you such a masterly report, and for your rapier most especially, that he cried out, 'twould be a sight indeed if one could match you. Now out of this.
What out of this, my lord?
Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to prove yourself indeed your mother's child, more than in words?
To cut her throat in the church.
Hamlet return. Shall know you are come home. Will set on those shall praise your excellence. Set a double varnish to the fame the Northman gave you. Will bring you in fine together, and wager on your heads. She being remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not pursue the foils, so that with ease, or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and in a pass of practice, unquite her for your mother.
I will do it. And for that purpose I will anoint my sword. I want an unction of a mountain that is so mortal that I dipped a knife in it, where it draws blood. No cataclysm so rare under the moon can save the thing from death. That is but scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion, so if I gall her slightly, it may be death.
Let's think more of this. Where that she calls for drink, if she by chance escaped your venom stuck, I'll have prepared her a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, our purpose may hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One more doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they'll follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Round? Oh, where?
There is a willow, grows aslant a brook, that shows his hoary leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands did she make, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and wild purples, that liberal shepherds give a grosser name. But our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There, on the pendant boughs, their cornet weeds clamoring to hay. An envious sliver broke, when down the weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like, a while they bore them up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of their own distress. Or like a creature, native and endued unto that
Hamlet. But long could it not be, to that her garments, heavy from their drink, pulled the poor wretch in their melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then, she's drowned.
Drowned. Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. But yet, let shame say what it will. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fate would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
How much I had to do to calm his rage. Now I fear this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow.
That she sings at grave making. Custom hath made it in her a property of easiness.
But age with all his stealing steps hath caught me in his clutch, and hath shaped me into the land as if I had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once. How the knave jowls it to the ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. It might be the pate of a politician, one that could circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lady.
A pickaxe and a spade, for and a shrouding sheet, oh, a pit of clay for to be made for such a guest as me.
Whose grave is this, Mum?
My lady, oh, a pit of clay for to be made for such a guest as me.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
You lie out on, ma'am, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is mine.
If thou dost lie in it, to be in it and say 'tis thine, 'tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest. What man dost thou dig for?
For no man,
What woman then?
for none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was beloved, ma'am, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is.
Here's a skull now.
Whose was it?
This same skull, my lady, was your skull, the king's jester.
This.
And that,
Let me see. Alas, poor York. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols? Your songs? Your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? No one now to mock your own jeering. Quite chapfallen to what base
I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
What the fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet farewell. I hoped thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not to have strewn thy grave.
No love fear. So let's cock him once more in thine arms.
What is he? Whose grief spares such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjure the wandering stars and make them stand like wonder-wounded hearers? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul!
Pluck the sucker! Hamlet! I loved Ophelia! 40,000 Laertes could not with their quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
For love of God, forbear her!
Come! Show me what thou do. Dost thou come here to whine? To outface me, the leaping in their grave? Be married quick with her, and so will I.
This is mere madness.
But it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
I pray you, good Horatio, lay upon her. We'll put the matter to the pleasant push. Good Gertrude, set some watch over your child. This grave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet shortly shall we see. Till then, in patience, our proceeding be.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it.
Why they didn't make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. Their defeat doth by their own insinuation grow.
Why, what king is this?
They that hath killed my king and whored my mother, often between the election and my hopes. But I am very sorry, good Horatio. As the Laertes have forgotten myself. For by the image of my cause, I see the portraiture of them.
Peace, who comes here?
Your ladyship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Thou know this waterfly.
Sweet lady, if your friendship were at leisure, I shall impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I shall receive it with all diligence of spirit.
Your grace, his honor bade me signify to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. Ma'am, this is the matter.
I beseech you, remember.
Your grace, here is newly come to court. Laertes, believe me, an absolute gentle person, full of most excellent differences, a very soft society, and great showing. Your grace, you are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is at their weapon.
What's their weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of their weapons. But well.
The king hath laid that in a dozen passes between you and them they shall not exceed you 3 hits. And it would come to immediate trial if your ladyship vouchsafe the answer.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall if it please his majesty. 'Tis the breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought, Laertes willing, and the king hold their purpose. I shall win for him if I can. If not, I'll gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver you even so?
To this effect, after what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your ladyship.
You will lose
this. I shall win at the odds. But thou wouldst not think how ill all's here about my heart. But it is no matter.
Nay, good, my lady.
It is but foolery.
If your mind dislike anything, obey. I will forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not wit. We defy augury. There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The rightness is all. Since no man has aught of what he leaves, what is it to leave the times? Let be.
Come, Hamlet. Come and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, Laertes. I have done you wrong. What I have done that bites your nature, exception, and honor roughly away, I here proclaim was madness.
In nature I am satisfied, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honor, I stand aloof and will no reconcilement. I do receive your honored love like love, and will not wrong it.
I do embrace it freely. Give us the foils, come on.
Come, one for me.
Set me a stoup of wine on the table. The king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. Come. Begin.
Come on, friend.
in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain. And to tell my story, the rest is silence.
Now cracks and noble fun. Good night, sweet queen. The flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Silent night, broken night, all is fallen when you take your flight. I found some hate for you just for show. You found some love for me, thinking I'd go. Don't keep me from crying to sleep. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, moonlit night. Nothing's changed. Nothing is right. I should be stronger than weeping alone. You should be weaker than sending me home. I can't stop you fighting.